Hey everyone, it's Miss Spencer. Today we'll be learning how to multiply a fraction greater than 1 by a whole number. Let's start by multiplying 3 halves times 4. Notice that in our fraction 3 halves, the numerator on top is greater than the denominator on the bottom, meaning this fraction is actually greater than 1. We could rewrite this as 1 and 1/2. We're going to see how that affects the answer to our problem. Let's start by using repeated addition. This is where we're going to repeatedly add the fraction. Since we're multiplying by 4, we'll be adding 3 halves a total of 4 times. So for each fraction, we're going to write 3 as the numerator and 2 as the denominator. Now that we've written 3 halves a total of 4 times, we can go ahead and add these fractions together. 3 halves plus 3 halves is 6 halves, because remember, the denominator stays the same when we're adding. 6 halves plus 3 halves is 9 halves, and 9 halves plus 3 halves is 12 halves. So our numerator is going to be 12, and our denominator is 2. Notice the numerator is larger than the denominator, meaning there's more than one whole in here. Well, we remember that fraction is the same thing as division. 12 halves is the same as 12 divided by 2. We know that 12 divided by 2 is 6 because 6 times 2 equals 12. So 3 halves times 4 equals 6. Let's see if we get the same answer when we use unit form. When we're using unit form, we're going to write the numerator in front and the name of the fraction, which is the denominator, on the bottom. 3 over 2 can be rewritten as 3 halves. Now we'll be multiplying by our whole number. Remember, we can rewrite any whole number so that the whole number is the numerator on top, and then the denominator is going to be 1. So we can rewrite 4 as 4 ones. Now that we've written both factors in unit form, we can go ahead and multiply. Let's start by multiplying the whole numbers in front. 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 12 here. And now halves times ones. Well, remember, anytime we're multiplying by 1, it's the number we started with. So halves times ones is halves. Oh, well, 12 halves can be rewritten as 12 over 2. And we know from above here that 12 over 2 is the same as 12 divided by 2, which equals 6. So our answer once again is 6. Now let's try multiplication and division to answer this question. 3 halves times 4. Well, what we can do is write both of these factors as a fraction. 3 halves is already as a fraction, so we're going to keep it as is. 4 can be rewritten as 4 over 1. Now, when we multiply fractions, we just multiply across. 3 times 4 is 12, and 2 times 1 is 2. So 3 halves times 4 ones is the same as 12 halves, just like we got up here with repeated addition and unit form. We know that 12 halves is the same as 12 divided by 2, which is 6, since 6 times 2 is 12. So for each of these strategies, we got the same answer. Now let's use this information to help answer the questions on the bottom. Is the product, which is the answer to a multiplication sentence, less than or greater than the whole number factor? Well, let's see. Our answer is 6. The whole number factor is 4. Well, we know 6 is a greater number than 4. So our product or answer is greater. You might remember that before, when we multiplied by a fraction, our answer was actually less than the whole number we started with. But with this fraction, remember, 3 halves is actually greater than 1. So we're multiplying 4 by a number that's bigger than 1, which is why our answer is bigger than the number we started with. Now let's answer the next question. Is the product less than or greater than the fraction factor? Well, the fraction in this multiplication sentence is 3 halves, which we know is the same as 1 and 1 half. Well, 6 is bigger than 1 and 1 half, so we know that our product or answer is also greater than the fraction factor.